Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we are putting in another go of bulls, and we'll be weighing them and letting you see how they do. But before we can put in the bulls, we got to clean out this shed. There's a nice bit to be moved. Most of what has to be moved is in the barrier, mostly pallets and just stuff that we just left in under the canopy to keep dry. And we have to move two fertiliser spreaders, the potato grader, our alkaline treatment for the grain, and a heap of timber that we got cut up. That has to be moved, and plant trailer and all the straw, and then the other side is pallets, bits and bobs that just get left under the canopy to keep clean or keep dry. So we got all that stuff shifted out. We get some bales of straw and put in our gates, get the bulls in, get them weighed, and then pop them in the shed, and then they can start. Father Phil is just getting the diet feeder fixed so that we'll have it ready to go and getting closer to the finishing game. And Farmer Liv is just after arriving here, so we better get stuck into it. What do you think, Liv? We get stuck into it.
You used to stop this world from spinning. Like Superman, you were the only one to find the strength in all that I was dealing with this life. Like kryptonite. And if you keep me close, every minute in this hourglass you hold. Oh, 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 and when I fall too deep, will you be there when I'm ready to save me? A superhero in your my soul when I was falling. You moved the clouds to stop me from hitting the ground. In every goal there was a meaning, for this love ain't kryptonite. And if you keep me close, every minute in this hourglass you hold. Oh, 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 and when I fall too deep, superhero in your sleep. A superhero in your sleep.
So just taking the timber out of the back of the shed. So what I have here is the offcuts. It's all the bark and the odd bits, and they're going to stand into it to chainsaw, put into the turf shed front of me, and then the good timbers behind that have to clear a place for that. But other than that, we're nearly there now. Just the maize head, which has to be lifted out with the loading shovel, and the straw, and then we're ready. Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. Right, time to mosey on. So, last load of timber coming out, the good cut stuff, and then all that's left is the straw and the maize head. We're getting there. Slowly, but surely, we're getting there. get that sorted. That's what Father Phil has done, and put a new tyre on it. So, now we have the maize head moved, so the shed is ready for the bulls. Just have to get 2 gates, straws in it, just get the bulls in. It's getting on. I'm getting very skeptical as to whether we'll get it done or not. I hope we get it done. Anyways, the cattle that is in fed first, and then we will move on to getting the others in, hopefully, fingers crossed, but it is getting on in the day. It's taking way too long today to get that shed cleaned. Oh, just so much stuff has been put in over the summer. Anyways, just about done now. So we're just getting ready to bring in the bulls, but before we can bring in the bulls we have to gather up all the loose calves. It's breaking our heart at the minute. 2 batches of calves in particular. No respect for the extra fence. We've the full whack through all the fences, and our fences are either this low, which is knee height, or they're double strings like what's there. I just cannot keep them anywhere. But we'll have to gather them up because we will not be able to get the bulls through a spot where there's any calves, or go through a spot beside the spot where there's calves, because they'll just run to meet each other and start galloping. Also, you can see the water level is pretty high. Further down now, we're on a bit of a higher spot here, but further down we're about 6 inches from the starting to flood on the bottoms. So that's fun too, but we'll try and round up these boys and try and solve a problem before we have a problem. But it is getting on, so it's fun. So now we have a very sick Dolly here. She's with the calves. We're only after getting her AI'd, not 2 weeks. Yeah. And she's now sick. We have to go back into Father Phil and get her out of here and get the vet. I can do that. She's barely wincing. And Dolly wasn't. Never let you touch her. You could never come up and touch her. She's still warm at the mouth. Like you can poke her in the eye, she hardly flinches. She's not able to stand up. She's not bloated. She did go through an episode of bloating us, but she's not bloated. But something seriously wrong here, so I think we're gonna have to get her in out of here and get the vet. And I think that is going to conclude bringing in the bulls today, because the bulls have to come through this field, and we have 2 heifers, our friend there as well. We're never going to get the bulls through. Oh, just one of them days. They don't go to it. So it is day number 2. It's raining. It's the morning time. That's Dolly there. We have her covered up with a half-ton bag and a lock of straw. Vet was out, and what's wrong with Dolly is she has barley toxic shock, or she's eating too much barley. That's what the vet actually thought. She must have got into the shed, which she hasn't. We think what the problem is, she was with the calves and she was bullying the calves out of the trough and eating too much meal, and it's caught up with her. That's our fault. We should have had her somewhere else, but what can you do? But hopefully she makes it through. She's going to spend a couple of days lying there till she's able to get up again, hopefully. And I think our AI was in vain, because even the vet says she'll hardly hold after that now. So yeah, that's fun. But as long as she makes it through it, that's the main thing. But anyways, yard is set up. Pigs are shut in because we're bringing them through the castle, and don't want the pigs or the bulls getting excited with each other. So now we just got to get them across the bridge and into the yard, weigh them into the shed, and that's them finished. But yeah, it's just miserable bit of weather this time of the year. So the river's kind of high, and we're on going for a swim there. But yeah, come on boys, come on. Should walk across this without any issues. Come on. So we'll just wait till we get them all down next to the bridge before we walk them across, as you always find you'll have a couple that just won't go across the bridge. Hence we have the gravel kind of goes onto it to entice them further onto it, and hopefully they don't go for a swim, but they shouldn't. Come on! It hasn't happened yet anyways, but there's always a first for everything. Across the bridge we go. Come on boys! Come on! Single file.
Shit. I bet that's cold.
I'd imagine it is, Liv.
Oh, buddy.
Like, The only way you'd stop them from falling in is if you had a rail on it. A wire would be no good. Just make sure they all go across, because you know what some of them can be like. Come on. This will be a first now if they all cross this without having to go behind one. Right. Put up the wire there, I'll walk ahead of them. So, hopefully now we get these guys up and into the castle without the calves deciding to make their way down to them, or the bulls making their way to the calves. That is going to be an issue if that does happen. Also with Dolly where she is, hopefully they just walk by her without going to her. It's annoying, but the vet said don't move her, just leave her where she is. So come on, come on, Liv, just walk through them, they should follow. Please follow. Come on. Yep, they're following, I think. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Get these into the yard. Come on. Come on. Come on lads, go back. So, first loaded them in the chute. This guy goes back. Go back. What weight is he? 445. That's quite good. So these are all last year's calves. So these are, what are they at the minute? 19 months, 18, 19 months. So Liv will get her to watch out and we'll take down the weights so they can go into the shed and we'll have the weights and we'll dose them then in about 2 or 3 weeks time when the worms hatch or the eggs fluke hatch, and then kill them all. Good weight so far. 2483, 400, 2526, 415, 0.9, nearly a kilo a day on grass. 6151, 500.
1.05.
1.05, over a kilo a day. That's good going for bulls on grass now. 440. So the first chute full, only one under 400 kilos. That's good. That's good. But we'll put down the camera, put in time lapse, and we'll finish up the video when we get them done and in the shed. But yeah, just full attention with these boys, because you can see that some still have handlebars and handlebars aren't safe.
You used to stop this world from spinning. Like Superman, you were the only one to find the strength in all that I was dealing with this life, like kryptonite. And if you keep me close, every minute in this hourglass, you hold.
So, bulls all weighed, very happy with them, very happy. Average is well over 400 kilos. We had 5 under, huh? I'd say it'd be around, yeah, 440 or 450. We had one at 500, with quite a few 490, 480, 470. So yeah, we're around the 440, 450. Performed much better than the lads that were in that we weighed about a week ago. What is the difference between the two farms they were on? The farm they were on had two fields that were reseeded, and then the other bulls were on the home farm, which is all reseeded bar 2 fields. But then I get told the 2 fields were reseeded 15, 20 years ago. So, but that's the difference: reseeded ground versus partially reseeded ground. Also, the Belgian Blue is one of the cattle bulls that is under 300 kilos. Where am I going? Yeah, the Belgian Blue is one. Oh, I'm lost. The Belgian Blue is one of the cattle that's under 400 kilos, which is disappointing. You'd think a Belgian Blue should definitely outperform the average of the Friesians, and you nearly think that he should be heavier than all the Friesians. That's not the case. I can pretty much guarantee at this stage that he's not going to make more than the Friesians, because we give €300 for him. Friesians there we give 25 for. That's the difference. But yeah, we'll have to see how that works out. The daily weight gains on the Belgian Blue were quite good though. There was 0.78. We had bulls there up on 1.1 kilos. Daily weight gain, I think the worst was 0.6, and which again was better than these lads here. I think we went down to 0.4 for some of them, and the best daily weight gains was 9.9. I don't think we had 1 kilos, but we did have one bull in there 500, and we had one bull in there 500, but we had more bulls at the 480 kilos. So yeah, it's interesting. We'll get lock the gates and we'll get these boys. Okay, so we're ready to let the bulls down, all our expensive gates and gates up. It is something we need to look into in the future, some kind of a cattle race to move cattle from the main yard to the bottom shed. Hopefully all goes according to plan. Come on! Run! The panic has gone off them. We're trying to move and it'll bring the rest of them. Come on! Gee, there's no panic on them at all. For fuck's sake. So, there they are in the shed now. You can see the Belgian Blue after that photosensitivity. His skin is still kind of peeling, but hopefully now being in the shed should help him out. That could have affected his weight gain as well, but he's a long way off. But there they are, they're happy out now, rooting about in the stuff. So I have a bit of food there pegged in front of them, just some sizes and small bit of whole crop mixed with the dry feeder. But that's them now. So in about 2 or 3 weeks we'll let them out again, we'll clip their backs, we'll change the bedding and we'll dose them. But as well as that, we're after getting our ration back. We're working with Liffey Mills on it for this year, and they have come back with the ration to us. And for the first time ever, I actually started to believe it wasn't possible. With the exception of the biscuit meal, 100% self-sufficient. We have to buy no balancing ration, no maize meal, buy nothing but minerals and the biscuit meal.
Beans and you grew maize.
Yeah, just
Simple changes.
yeah. I honestly thought we'd never reach 100% self-sufficient, except the biscuit meal.
To 100%.
The biscuit meal is the only thing we're buying now.
That's only very small.
And the biscuit meal is a product that is waste food from human consumption, so if we weren't to feed it to the cattle, it would probably go to landfill or something like that.
So you're recycling.
So we're recycling, so it's as sustainable a winter finishing diet can be. This is the first year we had beans and maize, and the beans is the protein and the maize is the starch. And look, it's great. It's great. The year that's in it and the price of meal going up as high as it's going, and it seems to be climbing a tenner a ton every week. We'll have to buy feck all. The biscuit meal is the only thing we'll be buying, and the minerals. And it's just, yeah, just can't get over it. Just so happy. Big thanks to Liffey Mills for that. If you want to find more about Liffey Mills, or you want to get in touch with them to do up a ration for yourselves, there'll be a link in the description down below, our phone number, and you can head over there, check it out. But big thanks to them for doing that for us.
Great job.
And just, yeah, it's just, I can't go over. We just don't have to buy anything. Anyways, look, I'm going to stop ranting and raving. I'm going to leave it at that for today's video. So that is it from us and the bulls, and probably the next time you see the bulls is when we will start finishing them and show you how they're done and let you know on the weight gains and whatnot and whatnot. But yeah, leave it at that for today's video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That is it from us. Good luck.